All right, we are going to be looking at your Graves gameplay here. It's Coach Blaker, and we are going to see what we can be improving on. So I chose this game because I realized this game is extremely long, especially when you have 18 kills. I wanted to know why it was so long, and I wanted to know why we didn't close out as quickly as possible. So that way, when you play your other games, you're not going to end up in that same situation. Because I also realized in the games that do close out quicker, you don't really have to do much. You're not really that impactful in the games that you are playing like that. So I feel like this is a really good replay to go over because this will teach you how to not only get a lead for sure every single game, but it also teach you how to propel that lead and teach you how to close out your games a lot quicker, especially when you do have those kills. Because as I said before, we gotta make sure that we're closing these games out when we're ahead. These games can't be this long. This is what, 43 minutes, man. So let's get down to it. All right. So first thing you want to do when we load into the game, of course, is we want to understand the matchup. Understanding the matchup is crucial because it helps us understand where we're pathing to, what side we're pathing to, and it helps us understand what we're going to be doing for the game. Now, paying attention to Nocturne, we know that Nocturne likes to full farm. We know that Nocturne's not really that great early. We know that Nocturne is more or less, I want to get to 6 first, and then I want to do my job. You, on the other hand, are an extremely strong jungler. Graves is great. So he can full clear, which is what he wants to do, kind of like Nocturne. But also, you have to keep in mind, he's a really good duelist. He can fight pretty much anybody. And because Nocturne's an AD champion, and Graves has his passive True Grit, it works out even better in your favor. So you definitely want to look to invade as much as possible when you see openings, because this is going to allow you to get your lead. This is going to allow you to be able to go ahead and start dominating the jungle. One thing you want to think about, though, is you don't want to go invading blindly. Make sure when you invade, I see where he's at and I see where he's going. That way you can better assess. I can clear his camps without actually meeting him in the jungle. Or if I want to fight him, I know where he's going to be and I can go get him. Okay? So let's do this thing here. All right. So the thing that I wanted to go to right now is 246. Let's go to 246 real quick. All right. So when kiting, you want to make sure that you're using your spread to your advantage. It is not something that's just, there. We got to make sure when we're clearing these camps or we're kiting these camps, we're not in a situation where we're like that. You see what just happened there? When we do three camps are AoE camps. Basically, 3 camps have multiple, little things on them. So when we look at this, we're pushing it back. I like it. You see, though, that the first auto didn't really hit everything. You didn't use your spread to your advantage. That one, it'll hit 2. Didn't use your spread to your advantage. That one, that hit 3. Good job. That one hit 1. That one hit 1. That one hit 1. That one hit 2. And now we're, still here for a really, really long time. So the way to get your clears down pat, but also remain extremely healthy, is to learn how to use that spread. That spread makes Graves unique. Not just a pushback with the spread. Pay attention to this one, right? Nice. Spread damage on everything. We got 1. Then we got 1. Then we got 1. So you see what I mean? So you have to get used to using the spread. I recommend going into practice tool and just practice how to use your spread well. It really is based off how you position Graves for the spread to work accurately, okay? The next thing that we're going to talk about here is going to be the play where we chase the jungler. This is not really time efficient. Remember, we want to try to get as far ahead as possible, as quick as possible. This is fine. You're doing your thing. Nothing's wrong with this. But then we see him. And we're like, oh no, I'm low on HP. Okay. Pretty fine. You're running away. But right here is an issue. Instead of going to recall and then going to Scuttle Crab and then going to check his camps because you see that he's going to be topside for a while, especially if he decides to gank your jungler, then what you see now is you decide to go back, right? And we're not really getting anything out of this. And we're still chasing. We're still, okay, now what next? What next? What next? checking crab. And then we're here. If he invaded you, he already took crab. It doesn't really make much sense why he would invade you before taking the crab. So just always keep that in mind. But also, there's really nothing for you here. You know, we cleared our 3 camps already. We know this is going to spawn. You already could have been here on time after you got crab. We could have been on grunt. We could have been on wolves. We could have been ready to go ahead and go into his topside jungle after we were done and meet him there. We would have our items and we would be able to be stronger than him because we cleared 2 extra camps before seeing him right here. Whereas he's going to have to A, back, or B, walk all the way down here and then back and then come back. But let's see what he did. Exactly what we said he would do. Walk all the way down there. And he didn't even back. So yeah, you'd have been up here getting your stuff, taking his stuff. You'd have been living the life there. So very, very important that we do not waste time like that because there's a lot more things we can do on the map. When you're playing Graves, our main priority is just farming and looking to invade, to go either fight him or to either farm. Okay? That is the main priority when we play Graves. Nothing else, nothing else. If nothing's going to come out of situations like that, no Rift Herald, no camps, no kill potential at all, we don't want to go for things like that, okay? So this next play here that we see is you're trying to counter what's kind of going down, and you're like, well, I want to try to help. It's fine, cool. But you have to understand you can't really do much with Graves. Graves is an opportunistic champion. Basically, this means that he can't really do anything lane-wise without proper setup or without them just being completely overextended and a free kill. When you're climbing, especially in solo queue, you cannot rely on them to set you up properly. The only thing you can rely on is them being overextended because that's something that doesn't change in a split second, right? You could say, hey, I want to go into a Leona, and she'll miss, and then the gank's over. Whereas if they're overextended, and you're right here and they're way in the tower, I mean, that's not changing in a split second, and you're ready to go. But you want to prioritize farming and invading more often than you are prioritizing to try to help lanes out. Your job as Graves is to get ahead, stay ahead, and kill everything. That's your job. But right now we're not doing that. And we're also taking CS from our laners. Now if you were coming down here to help shove the wave, to make sure that they back, it's a different story. But that's not really going to do much for you. As I said, we're in lower elo. We really don't want to depend on players like this, especially those that stay in lane with no HP and no mana. So we stalled up. Not only did we stall ourselves up here, but we stalled ourselves down here. So we're like 3 minutes behind the clock where we could have been. That's a lot of time, man. 3 minutes, that's a lot. So we don't want to go for anything like that unless we have proper setup or we are seeing an opportunity that we can affect. And as I said, we're in low elo, so we don't really want to think about proper setup right now. Next one that I spot here is 748. So let's go to 748. Okay. So I have a little play go down. We kill them. Cool. You decide to take some tax, which is fine. But we have to realize that there's no TP on Brand, and he's down for 15 seconds. Even if there was TP on Brand, we could still take another wave. Cassiopeia is down 15 seconds as well, and she has no teleport. Nobody's going to be able to get this next wave no matter what. Like, the Cassiopeia is not getting this wave no matter what. So that's a free wave for you and a plate. Maybe not a plate. You'd have to be there for a while. But definitely an extra wave. That's 6 minions, man. And that's an extra wave. I thought you'd hit your level 6. So, like, this play that you're going for right now, you'd be level 6 right now. You'd be level 6 right now, man. So when we're going to tax waves, pay close attention to how long it'll take for them to get back. Because you know what that means? That means more money for us. That's payday. You know, that's what I want. Payday. So make sure that when we are shoving the wave, we are taxing, we're covering lanes, whatever. Think about how long it will take for the laner to come back. That way you can assess how much farm you can take. Now for this play right here, you really only want to look for fights like this if you have a clear-cut advantage over the player, whether you have levels or you have items. Right here, we notice that we don't have an item advantage over him, right? He has 2 long swords, and we also don't have level advantage over him. So right now, he's stronger than you, and he has more HP than you, and he's the same level as you, so you're not getting any stats for being another level higher. Even if he messed up, he doesn't die to you. Why? Because you don't have any HP. You're not a higher level, and he has more AD than you do. Always look to go for that 100% sure play thing. You do not want to take chances. You do not want to take coin flips, because that will then stall your game longer. As you see, we already wasted, what, 3 minutes with all that, and now we're wasting more time here. And we could already be ahead of this guy by like 3 levels by now. Maybe that's an overshot. I don't know though, because he left a lot of times for you to go in his jungle. So I'll say 2 levels. You could be 2 levels ahead of this guy by now. You could be level 7 when this guy was level 5. Do you think that would have been an easy fight for you? Easy fight, man. All right, let's move on to the next one here. So we spawn up, which is fine. Like I said, it kind of sucks. What we want to realize is that when we die and we have camps up, we have to assume that the jungler is going to take our camps. In this case, he decided to take Dragon and Rift Herald, but we have to assume he's going to take our camps. So what we want to do is go to the side with the most camps, right? Even if he didn't take our camps, this side has 3, which is more efficient in the time that we have to get those 3, get Wolves, get Gromp. That's way more efficient than trying to get Gromp, get Wolves, and then have to go up. We could already have 3 camps and get ready for the 6th camp by the time we get down here. Then go for 2, get 3, then have to come back down for 1. You know what I mean? Be more efficient with your pathing. So look to go to the side with more camps. That way you are more efficient when you do spawn back, especially after making a mistake. As you see here, right, we do exactly as I said. And we still even leave a camp up. So we only got 4. We didn't even get 5 camps. Very, very crucial that you take your camps down. If your camps don't die, they don't level up. If your camps don't level up, you're getting less experience for them, you know, when you kill them that time that it does come up. Okay, so 11:47. So it's actually coming up now. So this fight happens. He ults. We know Nocturne ults. Cool. Backing, perfectly fine. Then we come back. So knowing that Nocturne ulted, knowing that Nocturne didn't back yet, knowing that Nocturne path upwards, as we see here, when you're walking from base, there's nothing really for you to look at other than what's going on the map. Don't look at Graves. He's a nice looking person. But we gotta look at what's going on the map. We see he's pathing up, and even if we weren't looking at the map or panning our camera over, we can still see he's moving up, right? So this tells you, he's probably gonna clear his camps. We don't know what camps he has up, but we can assume he's probably gonna go clear. Why would he go path top? I guess for a gank. If he's going for that, that's gonna take some time too. But he also didn't back yet. So that means that he's gonna have to either go top for a gank, then back, then clear, or go clear, go back. Either way, it's a lot of time. We can jet straight to his bot side jungle because we know his red buff's coming up, which means he didn't clear the bot side jungle yet because he didn't path down there, right? He was already up top when you decided to come top with him. When you were pathing up, you found him top on Rift, then came mid, dropped the Rift, and then he just pathed right back up. So this goes to show he didn't do this. So because we have no setup for Kalista, that gank was extremely hard to pull off. But other than that, we get the kill, cool. But we gotta really ask ourselves, did we get the kill there because we played it well? Or did we get the kill there because that guy messed up and he just kind of gave us the kill? He's overextended with no support. He decides to fight and he's clicking into you. And instead of flashing your ult, he flashed back for you to ult him. Autumn play there. Once again, tax the wave. We want to get you. We want to snowball you. We want to snowball you. So all that time, like I said, we could have used to take his 3 camps. We could have found him here, and he wouldn't be level 8 right now. You'd be level 8. So when you know exactly where that jungler is, make sure that we are going to invade. React pretty much off of what he does. React off what the other jungler does, because that gives you opportunities. If you know that he's ganking top, it gives you opportunities to go in the jungle. If you know that he's dead, it gives you opportunities to go in the jungle, which is exactly what happened right there in that play. right? We go back just a tad. Just a tad. We kill Nocturne. Lulu flashes out. He has his camps up. We don't know if he has his camps up, but he has his camps up. If we don't know he has his camps up, we should go check. We should go ward. So we walk through. No camps, put a ward there. We should have a pink too, right? Walk up, put a ward there. Okay. Oh, red buff's up. Oh, Krugs are up too. Okay, and that's 2 free camps for you. Denying him, but also putting you ahead. We know where he's at. We know what he's doing. We need to play off of that information that we're given. It's the easiest way to carry your games, especially with Graves. And then the last thing here that I want to kind of just touch over real quick is you really only want to look to fight for objectives. If we're not fighting for objectives, we're farming. That's it. When mid to late game comes, farming side lanes is going to be what's added to your farm list. So whenever you see waves stacking up, so if we just kind of go to the mid to late game here, whenever we see waves stacking up, we want to look to farm them. All right, so if we pay attention here, we want to farm mid. Perfect. Now, if you look at bot, it's a pretty thick wave down there. So instead of standing around here trying to get a tower when there's people defending, look to go bot, snatch that wave, snatch the next wave. That way the pressure is still in. We're getting farm. You can, of course, farm Raptors and Krugs on your way down there. But we want to be farming as much as possible. We do not want to be even level with our mid laner and our top laner. As a farming champion, you never want to be that. You always want to be the highest level in the game. And when you can start gauging yourself that way and be like, okay, I'm not the highest level right now. I'm even. That's bad. I need to be farming. You will soar through the ranks if you're constantly always higher level. If you're constantly paying attention to, I need to farm. I also noticed that you play Kayn, and it's the same way with him. When you see opportunities, you want to go steal this farm. You want to go take this CS. Because that's the easiest way you can propel yourself into the game and propel yourself forward so that you can carry the game. So the main things that I think we should be working on here, and the main reason why some of these games are a little rough, and the main reason why I feel like there's some games where you just kind of win, even though you're not carrying the game, is because we have opportunities to propel ourselves forward by taking camps from the jungler or taxing the waves, and we're not really honing in on that pain point. We're not really honing in on what his specialty is, which is clearing. Focus more on clearing. Focus more on taxing waves. Now, don't just walk in and steal it, of course. You really have a reason to. Oh, I ganked you, I'm taking the wave. Oh, you're dead, I'm taking the wave. You're recalling, I'm taking the wave. Have reasons. Don't just randomly do it, because that's pretty messed up. And then the last thing here, of course, is fight for objectives, right? If we're not farming and we're going to fight, we got to make sure that the fight is for a dragon. We got to make sure the fight is for a rift. We got to make sure the fight is for a baron. If it's not for anything of those things, or if it's not a fight that's going to progress the game, basically leading into a tower or leading into an objective like that, we don't go for those fights. So as an example, just before I let you go real quick, right? A fight's getting ready to start. If we kill these guys, what can we realistically get? Okay, we can get Baron. Cool. So this would be a fight to go for. But look where you're going. It's not for Baron. This is just a random fight. And so when we can't differentiate two, when we can't understand which one is a fight for an objective versus which one is a fight for no reason, you're going to have a lot of situations where after the fight, we're just kind of looking around and not sure what to do. And once again, that's just a time waster. So I hope this helped you. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching. And yeah, Blaker signing out.